Another exclusive with the Toyota Cheetahs player. Remember that they are playing this coming Saturday on the 27th of May at 1:30 is the Currie Cup. This team is leading the log, by the way, so they're trying to get that home semi-final. So your support is very important. Remember that, as I've said, at the Toyota Stadium this coming Saturday here in Bloemfontein. That's where they are playing. And next to me, I've got a Cheetah player in Nqobisizwe. I love that name. I love that name. I wonder what your parents were thinking when they're saying Nqobisizwe. Can you give somebody who does not understand Zulu an idea of what Nqobisizwe means?
All right. Dumelang. Kamalam Nqobisizwe. Nqobisizwe. Akandro Baba. My dad gave me that name before apparently he saw me. So yeah, Nqobisizwe. I'll break it down. Nqoba is to conquer. Isizwe is the nation. So yeah. Conquer the nation is
That's basically what it means.
Yeah.
By the way, like I said, we are talking to Nqobisizwe Mxoli, all the way from Durban. He started his rugby career quite a long time ago. But interesting enough, you had your debut against the Toyota Cheetahs, and now you are playing for the Toyota Cheetahs, and you also played for the team that you are playing against on Saturday. How interesting is that? But just to give somebody a perspective, where did rugby start for you?
Okay, I grew up in a township in Durban, in Pinetown area called the Clermont. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a chance to go to a school called Lenders Primary School. Now they do have rugby as a sport there. Many didn't, in the area. So yeah, being there, I just saw other guys doing this thing. I said, let me try this thing. And next thing, I fell in love with the sport. And then I got a bursary to Westfield Boys, and then that's when now you're forced to actually do it because now they're paying you. Yeah, but then hey, you fall in love with this thing, and yeah, I think that's the most important part, like falling in love with it, you know. Then it doesn't feel like force anymore. So it started from there, and then yeah, thank God I got a contract to the Bulls after like the Kersney Festival. There's a festival at Durban, the Kersney Festival. I by forward of the festival with Erges name man, Andre Pollard. We got contracts from there, and then. Yeah, then I left Durban and I've never been back ever since.
You went to Pretoria
Yes.
to play with the Bulls. How was it like, you know, when you first started, you know, playing, you know, at that level? Because now it meant more. Now it's no longer just playing for fun. Now it's business.
Yeah.
You know.
It was an adjustment, you know, but it was a necessary one, and I feel like many of us had to adapt. I would say we all adapted well, but the guidance is there, you know. When I was at the Bulls, it was professional from day one. Like I think that's the most important part. We all bought in. We all were excited because now we're there under 19, the stars are there in front of us. It's not like we don't see them. We see them every day. They're in the gym, so that makes you want to gym even harder. When you're running, you want to run at your utmost best. And yeah, I think I'm glad I got that chance because, yeah, it gave me that fire to keep it burning until today. So,
Let's go back to 2015, right? You say you had your debut against the Cheetahs. What was it like, you know, having a debut against a team that you now play for? You know, when you reflect back to that game, what was it like, you know, to step up in the field professionally for the first time against the Toyota Cheetahs then?
If I'm being honest with you, I was very nervous because obviously we had played under 19 and under 21. That's the level I had played at that time, which we had won both tournaments. So, of course, you've had the confidence to give a few of the young guys like they debut. Like there was a few of us that made our debut on the same day. There was like 8 of us. So that makes
out of 15.
Yeah. So it was myself, Warwick, Marvin Uri, Rudolph Smith. There was quite a few guys you can search, but like yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, and I was on the bench. That's the worst part. And the Bloemfontein, they have this Holly Davidson thing. You know, most they go in front of the bench. Shine But yeah, it was a great experience because I still had the confidence of, hey, I'm well prepared for this game. So yeah, I'm glad we won that game also, and it was my first game. And now look, now playing against the Griquas and Yo, rugby is interesting. Like you said, it is very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me about, coming to the Toyota Cheetahs from the Griquas, because you came here in 2022. What was it like, that those changes, moving from the Bulls to the Griquas and then moving from the Griquas to Bloemfontein and playing for the Toyota Cheetahs? What was it like?
I'll say, like my mom always says, sometimes you have to take like 2 steps back in order to take 3 more going forward. And I feel like every career, everyone, sometimes you go up, sometimes goes down, and there's always setbacks. It's always depending on how you bounce back. So for me, going from Bulls to Griquas, it was a thing of, hey, we're not saying you cock, but you need more game time. So they sent me there on a loan. I wasn't like done. My contracts are still at the Bulls, yes. But then I went there just to play the Currie Cup for them because they were short of players. Yeah, kind of the next thing, now me, I'm going to like it there. And I was like, hey, they want to keep me. So I told the Bulls, now, I think I'm going to stay this side. And then I stayed that side for 3 years. And then, you fall in love with the place. There's much, from big city to a small town, a lot of adjustments now.
Yeah.
But, it's doable. Yeah, it was a bit challenging, but I'm glad I use that now to also climb up that ladder. I use it as a ladder to get me to where I want to be. So, yeah, that's how I feel about those teams like Griquas and stuff, The plan is not to be there 5 years.
And then finally you came here, and how has it been being here since 2022?
2021 to be exact, but
yep.
yeah, came here for that Toyota challenge. Nakona, when I came here, I feel like the opportunities are out there. The opportunity is there for you to grasp. But yeah, most there's injuries and stuff when playing this type of sports. But yeah, man, I'm grateful that I've gotten the chance to be here and run out here wearing this jersey, representing orange and white Cheetahs. Yeah, no, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful.
On Saturday now, the big one, is a team that you play for against the team that you played for, and obviously the big fight is to make sure that you guys get this one in, take it home, because it betters your chances of holding or hosting a home semi-final. What's the feeling like for you? What do you think we can expect for somebody who's at home and thinking, I have nothing to do on Saturday. I better get out there and support the guys. What can you say to them? What are the chances of you guys clinching this one?
It's your color, guys. It's your color. That's one thing I'll tell you,
Yeah.
Because, like, being a guy that has experienced both change rooms, I'll tell you one thing. They're going to come here to fight. Yeah, bro. But Nancy, we need to understand that they're coming here to fight so that we know what we're going to be dealing with. We must also be ready to punch first, yeah, bro. Because they need to secure themselves in the top 4.
Yeah,
but we're already there, so they have more to fight for. And they're not a bad team. They can punish you if you're sleeping on the day. So we've been working really hard on what to expect from their side and to sharpen up some things that we've been working on, maybe that are not too sharp yet. We've been putting a lot of focus on preparation for this game. But for the supporters that would like to get off that couch, and guys, it's gonna be cooking, and it's nice and early, The game will finish. You can still have your whole afternoon afterwards. But yeah, I think the support is well needed. Bloom is too quiet, and yeah, I think Saturday is the right day to get everyone out here.
Yeah. Look, for someone that wants to come through, how do they get their tickets, and where can they get them?
Tickets, I'm not the sharpest when it comes to that, I'll be honest, but I know that there is on the website, and downstairs here at the foyer, you can get tickets there. Not 100% of the prices.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a tough thing to figure out that one, and they're not so expensive.
Yeah, now for sure they're not so expensive. If you're a student at home, just know that with your student card you can only get that ticket for $20, and for the kids also it's $20. And if you want to sit on the main stand, it's only $50. I mean, $50, come on. And also for the open stand is only $30, you know. So we paying for a whole lot of things, you know, for $30. But being in the stadium and watching the whole Currie Cup, team that's sitting number one, you know, for $30 and $50, you know, it's not a lot. So come through and watch the guys. The game starts at 1:30, as you said.
1:30, yes.
No, for sure. The game starts at 1:30, so come through and support the guys. Any last words that you want to say out there to people that you know wonder what is like? Maybe they've never watched rugby. You know, there's always that one person who says, "I've never really watched rugby live." What it's like to watch a rugby live, and what would you say to them? You know, just to try to get off that couch and come through.
I'll use a certain analogy. Like, for example, I don't watch a lot of boxing, but when you watch a boxing match, you want to watch people that you know, Domingo, right hook, or something excited. And I think when we're moving it now across to rugby, I think these two teams are one of the most exciting teams. You expect anything from Cheetahs and Nqobisizwe. Yeah, but Nqobisizwe is known for its upsets. They upset people, yeah, because obviously they're the underdog. So it's going to be an interesting game this weekend. I think this is the one to actually, if you haven't watched before, this is the one to start with.
Yeah, and by the way, for someone that doesn't know, rugby doesn't waste time. It's only 80 minutes,
yeah,
right?
80 minutes, in and out.
So it's only 80 minutes. Football, we watch the whole 90 minutes plus at a time.
Well,
Hey.
so one goal,
Yeah, and then here it could be a lot of
guaranteed
points.
Yeah,
It could
definitely.
be a lot of points.
Yeah.
So come through and check out the guys, you know. And like I said, tickets are only $50 for the main stand, $30 for open stand, and $20 for students and kids. This coming Saturday, 1:30, the game starts. But I know there are curtain raisers as well that will play prior to the main game. So if you get here early, you can also watch those. But for now, it's a wrap from me and Nqobisizwe, aka Mox.
Yeah, bro.
Why Mox? Where does Mox come from? Just to wrap it up.
All right, now Mox comes from my surname, Mxoli. So
Yeah.
growing up in Jabangshil, I went to Lyndhurst and Westville. So yeah, there was that struggle of pronouncing Mxoli.
Yeah.
You know that click, yeah? Well,
Yeah, yeah.
So baqala bathi Mxoli, baqala bayifakela u-O in between
Yeah,
the M
yeah.
and the X, and yeah, it's stuck with me ever since.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's how we wrap it up with Mox. And as always, you know, I can't drop the mic without saying this: to whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is expected, much is required. Every champion that is a champion today was once a contender, refused to give up. Mpixo P Da Greatest, Ayoba.